Right, we're back in action. Today, we're going to be reviewing the one and only Jaguar X-Type 2.5 litre V6 petrol, all-wheel drive. Now, I know what you're thinking. The elephant in the room is that it's a Ford Mondeo underneath. Well, in reality, it shares around 20% of parts with a Ford Mondeo. But then in that case, surely isn't it that if something goes wrong, cheaper parts, easier to fix? Well, other than that, it drives like a real Jaguar all-wheel drive system. It sounds beautiful. Let me give you a listen. Let's talk about practicality. Let's open the boot, for example. Look at the amount of space we have in here. If I wasn't on my own, I could easily fit inside there. I'm a big guy, and we have plenty of room. We also have the spare tire with all locking wheel nut and tools, everything you would need to change a tire, and finished in this lovely cloth material on the inside. Very nice. There is one part I'm not entirely sure about, is that there are these levers here on both sides. I'm not entirely sure what they're for. If you do know, let me know in the comments. Now, let's head on to under the bonnet. Right, so let's now talk about where the magic really happens. Underneath the bonnet, we have a 2.5 litre V6 petrol, 194 horsepower, around 244 newton meters of torque, 0 to 60 in an estimated 8.5 seconds, but I believe we could definitely get that down to a sub 8-second time. Very clean engine bay, very nice. A little bit of rust here and there, I'm not going to lie. I should probably mention at this point that this is a 2003, 65,000 miles, and one previous owner from new, with full Jaguar service history dating all the way back to 2004. The transmission is a 5-speed J-gate transmission, gliding you across the road. I've had it now for 4 days, and every time I step inside this car, it feels like I'm driving on a cloud. It's so smooth, absolutely so smooth. And from the previous vehicle that we had, there is absolutely no engine sound. It's just an absolute beauty to drive out on the road. So another thing I should actually mention is the gearbox. That was designed by Jatco, which isn't a lightning fast modern sports car style gearbox. It was designed to be silky smooth. So it's essentially meaning maintaining motorway speeds while keeping the V6 engine as quiet as a church mouse. So how about now we head on to the interior of the car with the stunning cream and brown leather interior, along with the oak finishing on the dashboard and along the door cards here. Absolutely stunning. So I should also mention that this Jaguar's transfer box has a tiny oil capacity. But thankfully for us, due to this car having one previous owner, it's likely that it hasn't been abused or leaked dry. Let's start up the Jaguar. Beautiful smooth engine sound from the glorious V6. Now let's take her out for a spin. Now, other than the road we are currently on, it's a little bit bumpy. We're about to get onto a main road here so we can show you just how smooth this Jaguar X-Type really is. Now we are out driving. Wow. The V6 Jaguar X-Type, beautifully smooth. Minimal sound from the engine, as I explained earlier. All right, now coming to a roundabout, show you just how well the all-wheel drive system sticks to the road, continuing us on a beautiful, smooth drive. And now is the time we'll flick it into sport mode. We're going to put our foot completely flat down, which is something I've not done before. 3, 2, 1. Drop the gear. Revs going all the way up in the V6 Petrol Jaguar X-Type. That's 60 miles an hour. That is perfect. Absolutely wonderful. As soon as you flick it into sport, put the foot flat down on the throttle, the transmission automatically shifts down a gear, allowing the revs to go all the way up to 5,000 RPM, and we were just going at around 6,500 to 7,000 RPM just there. Back off sport mode and continue the drive. So would you buy the 65,000 mile Jaguar X-Type over a 2003 BMW 3 Series? Let me know in the comments and subscribe for more car reviews, and I'll see you in the next one.